Hello, everyone. Greetings, senators, colleagues, community members, and friends. Our first order of business is the approval of the agenda for the December 4th, 2024 meeting. Hearing no objections, the agenda stands as distributed. Our second item of business is an update from the Torch Award Committee. The Torch Awards are given in 3 different categories: Vires, recognizing moral, physical, and intellectual strength; Artes, recognizing appreciation of aesthetics and the beauty of intellectual pursuits; and Mores, acknowledging respect for customs, character, and traditions. This year, the Torch Awards Committee has selected for the year, and on behalf of the committee and the Faculty Senate Steering Committee, honorees in the following categories. The Vires Award goes to Joe Torgerson for founding the Florida Center for Reading Research and Transforming Literary Education. The Artes Award recognizes Andre Thomas for elevating FSU's choral music program to international prominence and founding the Tallahassee Community Chorus. And the Mores Award honors Bill and Alum Durham for cultivating the culture of Osceola and Renegade and strengthening ties with the Seminole tribe. These honorees will be feted on January 18th at the annual Torch Awards dinner. Our next item of business is that the Torch Awards Committee has a rare and most distinguished honor to present today to our friend and colleague, Jane Stanley. Jane, if you would come up. Senator Todd Adams and Provost Jim Clark will read the proclamation and present the award at this time.
Come on up, Jane. A proclamation in honor of Jane M. Stanley. Whereas Jane Stanley, a Robert O. Lawton professor in the College of Music, served as a faculty senator for 45 years, from 1979 to 2024. There's a few of these statements, so we'll probably want to wait until the end. Whereas she served on the steering committee for 14 of those years and as president of the Faculty Senate from 2007 to 2009. Yes, that's how I knew. Whereas she served on multiple Senate committees, including over 26 years on the Graduate Policy Committee, with 11 of those as chair. Whereas she has served for many years on the Torch Awards Committee, including serving as co-chair since 2017. Whereas she has also served on numerous university committees, including several selection committees and search committees. Whereas while excelling in the areas of scholarship and teaching, winning numerous faculty awards at FSU, she set an extraordinary standard for participation in and impact on university governance. And whereas she accomplished the above with honor, integrity, and great distinction, now, therefore, be it resolved that the Faculty Senate of Florida State University formally acknowledges and extends to Jane M. Stanley its profound appreciation for extraordinary and sustained meritorious service by presenting her with the Fred L. Stanley Distinguished Service Professor Award. Thank you very much. Well deserved, Jane.
It is quite the feat to hide an award from the chair of the committee. Our next item of business is why you're all here, the State of the University Address. So President McCullough joined our university on August 16, 2021, and since then we have had the pleasure of having him serve as our 16th president of Florida State University. Each year, President McCullough joins the Faculty Senate in a retrospective of the last year. This is an event that is looked forward to by the entire FSU community. President McCullough began his academic career at Eastfield Community College and has progressed through all stages of academia, undergrad and graduate student. He was a grad student at Johns Hopkins. He was a faculty member, chair of chemistry, and dean of the Mellon College of Science at Carnegie Mellon, and a proud stint as the vice provost for research at Harvard University. I always learn so much about the breadth and depth of the work that FSU creates and inspires from these talks. So if you would all please join me in a warm welcome to our president, Dr. Richard McCullough.
Thank you, Bridget. Congratulations to our torch winners, Joe, Andre, Bill, and Alan, and to Professor Jane Stanley, recipient of the Fred Stanley Award. These individuals exemplify the spirit of Florida State University. I appreciate your dedication and service to our university. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a distinct honor and privilege to be here today to deliver my fourth State of the University address. The state of the university is strong and it's climbing. You know, I've been here almost 4 years, or 3.5, 4 years, and you know, I feel like we've accomplished together a reasonable amount, and I'm, you know, not a person who feels, you know, proud of myself about things. I'm very driven and always thinking about what I haven't done and not what I have done. But the other day, I did something I was incredibly proud of myself about, and I wanted to share that with you today. I had a little bit of downtime, and I had a puzzle, and it took me a couple of days to put it together, and I was really happy with myself because I looked on the box and it said 2 to 4 years. Probably wasn't expecting that, were you? Well, thank you, Trustee Birmingham and the Faculty Senate, for inviting me to your meeting, and the College of Medicine for hosting us again this year. I'd like to start by recognizing my wife, Jay Vardekar, is here today. She's an outstanding partner, an exceptional First Lady, and a passionate ambassador to the university. Thank you for all you do for me and the university. Thank you. I would like to thank Florida State University Board Chairman Peter Collins, who I assume is watching or listening, for his incredible dedication, his hard work, and his unbelievable love for Florida State University. I deeply value our partnership, and thank you for making us better. I also want to thank the entire Board of Trustees for the extraordinary commitment, their time, their energy, the resources they provide this great university. Your leadership and ideas and support are absolutely invaluable. I want to thank Trustee Birmingham again for her contributions. It's like wishing her happy birthday. I think we had wished her happy birthday like over a 6-day period, which was just last week. But thank you for your dedication, representing the Faculty Senate and being the president of the Faculty Senate. I enjoy working with you. You're a great leader, and I appreciate your representation. I'd also like to recognize Florida State Trustee and Student Body President Jackson Bouvier, who's right there. Jackson's our student body president, as I said, and provides outstanding leadership on behalf of the student body. I'm glad you're here today, Jackson. Thank you. I'd also like to thank my senior leadership team, many who are required to be here today. Thank you for your commitment, working hard every day to make this university what it is. Your hard work, dedication, and love of Florida State University is invaluable. You make my job easier, and you make it great to come to work, and I appreciate that very much. I want to thank our deans and academic leaders for your commitment to excellence. I've been an academic leader for many, many years. I was an associate department head. Worst job in the world that I've ever had. It's probably much better here, but it was really bad where I was. I actually quit. I was associate department head for a year, and my department head's idea of that was, I do all the work, and they don't do anything. And and I had to do all the dirty work on top of that. So I quit, and then the next year became the department head, and then went on to be dean. So I understand the impact that you have in these academic leadership positions. I mean, you're the ones that really build excellence at this university. You're on the ground, really are the ones that make all the difference in making the university better. From department chairs, center directors, deans, we thank you so much for all that you do. To the staff, thank you for making FSU run smoothly. Thank you for making the university a welcoming place. And thank you for keeping our campus beautiful and all the other things that the staff do that make this university great. You know, I can tell you as the president, I'm a pretty smart guy, and I know where all the brain power of the university really resides. So thank you to the staff. In recognition of our staff, every year we name the Max Caraway Employee of the Year Award for outstanding service. I want to congratulate Lori Henley, Graduate Program Coordinator for the Department of Chemistry and Biochemistry. She was named our Max Caraway Employee of the Year this year. Lori, I believe, is here. If she is, please stand. Lori, please stand. So every year, thank you, Lori. Every year I get a stack of nominations, and I'm probably the final arbiter of this, and it's really hard to pick, from the amazing people that we have at this university. Lori was a real standout among everyone. It was also really kind of a little bit unfair because I got my PhD in chemistry, and so I know what that person does and how important they are. So thank you for all you've done, and congratulations. Our staff's dedication and resilience has been particularly important this year because we had tornadoes and we had threats of 2 major hurricanes, and it was all hands on deck. My job in a hurricane and tornado is that I am asked to leave town to an undisclosed location in some bunker with the First Lady in case the hurricane hits and for some reason we perish, I guess. I'm not really sure what that's all about. Kyle tells me, Senior Vice President Kyle Clark tells me that it's because communication lines could go down and that they would need my decision-making ability, I guess, to be at their beck and call. So, but it's really an amazing staff of people, the emergency management, a huge number of people. I think their fearless leader, I'll say, is Senior Vice President Kyle Clark, who really should be the FEMA director, because this is really what he does exceptionally well. So thank you for organizing those amazing teams. I know you work tirelessly to keep our campus safe, And I know that you benefit from a lot of pizza and sweets and stuff after it's over, because Kyle's very good about rewarding people with good food. So thank you. To our amazing students, thank you for being the heart and soul of this university. You make this university outstanding. You're awesome in every way. Every time that we meet you, I meet you and talk with you, you give us energy and hope. And you are the ones that really make this university what it is. I also want to thank our alums and friends and volunteers. You're vital in our climb, so thank you. And finally, I want to thank the governor and the legislature for the trust and support that they have in me and FSU, providing the support, especially financial support, to help us to make this university great. It's important that we realize that some 30 to 45% of our budget comes from the taxpayers of Florida, and the state leaders entrust us with those funds. And so therefore, we have to provide the return on investment with those funds. Today we have much to celebrate, and I have a very thick speech here that I will get through as fast as I can of all these accomplishments. And we're going to celebrate and talk about the great things that we have done together. And this is really not over the last year, but it's really over the past 3+ years. But we're going to take a moment to watch a small video that highlights some of those things that we did in 2024. Let's go to the videotape.
These innovations are being discovered and implemented.
Break on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Prepare for tomorrow by being your best today.
Again, these successes that we have accomplished are not the ones that we just accomplished one year, but they're the ones that we've accomplished over the 3+ years that we worked together. The story of Florida State is one of momentum. We are on the rise. In physics, momentum is described as a mass in motion. Heavier the mass, faster it is in motion, the greater the momentum. That is Florida State. We're a large university doing a lot of things, and we are moving fast. As we continue to climb, the momentum is on our side. The achievements and progress that we're making together is unbelievable. It's unprecedented, and we're not slowing down. We're advancing in 6 critical areas: national rankings, student success, research and entrepreneurial success, fundraising and community engagement and athletics, and I'm going to give you a few examples of those. But before I go deeply into those areas, let me just give you some highlights. This year we were ranked number 10 among public universities in America, our highest academic ranking ever. Our student retention rates were 96%, and our 4-year graduation rates were a record 76%. Both of these were records. Placing our 4-year graduation rate in particular was the 76%, places us in the top 10 among public universities, and also our retention rates place us in the top 10 among public universities. Our 6-year graduation rate is also set for a record of 86%. Research expenditures are $455 million. That's another record for Florida State University. We achieved our second best fundraising year on record. We had the largest state appropriation last year in the history of Florida State University. As we look over these accomplishments, it's important that we take each one and think about them deeply. If we take a snapshot of everything that we've done, it's record after record after record. And it's all because of the hard work that all of you put forward. Every record that we had, whether it ranges from our graduation rates, which this is no small feat to make sure that every single person that comes to this university graduates. It's house-to-house handling of every single student in every single situation. It's not an accident that our student athletes had the highest collective GPA in the history of Florida State University. That's not an accident. That's a lot of hard work. That's a lot of people spending a lot of time making sure that we do things the right way. Let me start with rankings. Rankings are funny things. They're wildly different. These places use ever-changing methodologies. The data that they often use is dated. Some of the data is 7 to 10 years old. Right, Rick? Right, James? I'm just making sure I'm right. And all of that is out of our control. A few years ago, one of the ranking agencies changed 22 metrics in the ranking system. One publication completely changed their whole ranking methodology and rated a college I'd barely heard of as the second best college in the entire United States. So the rankings are important because people look at them, but we look at this as something that's out of our control. But what we need to do is stick with the core values of what's important to us as a university, to focus on strategically building excellence in all areas that make a university great, and invest in improving in the metrics that we determine are important for us, and the ones that align with our values, such as student success, faculty excellence. If we do that, the rankings will take care of themselves. I guarantee you that that will happen. Our top 10 ranking by niche is very interesting and particularly exciting because it's based on key statistics such as affordability, student success, student reviews. This ranking system is very, very popular among students and parents. There was a report by Inside Higher Education that reported that this is the #2 ranking system used by students and parents, probably more students than parents. The students tend to know what's going on in the world. And this ranking agency is gaining very quickly on ones that you've heard of. Forbes ranked us 21. We went up in the rankings and made us in the top 25 among public universities. And it's based on much of their ranking is based on the investment that we make in our students, affordable tuition, the return on the investment that a student gets by coming to Florida State, the low debt burdens, and the impressive alumni earnings. So we're very proud of that ranking. And for the 6th consecutive year, Florida State University placed in the top 25 among public universities in U.S. News and World Report, and we expect to rise in the future. This year in U.S. News and World Report, we gained in categories that they measure, such as faculty salaries, full-time faculty, student-faculty ratio, first-year student standardized test scores. Some of our graduation rates, the data that's being used is 7 to 10 years old, and as that rolls off, you're looking at Florida State University, and I got to do the math, 2015, and not in 2025. And so, as you might remember, we were 44 in 2000 and seriously. 16. So, and we rose 44 places in the rankings. Sorry, I'm picking on the data, guys. This is one of my hobbies, so I apologize. And so we will continue to rise in those rankings. This year, we were recognized, I think for the first time, ranked 21 in U.S. News's most innovative schools. This acknowledges our innovative improvements in curriculum, faculty, students, campus life, technology, and facilities. And my hat's off to the great staff that we have who go around and tell everybody how innovative we are and continue to hammer that message. That's a particularly interesting ranking because when you fill out the U.S. News and World Report, you say, Florida State University, 1 through 5. Okay, 5 because we're the best. University of Florida, 1. I mean 5 or 4 or something. But anyway, and that's the way you fill out the rankings. But they have a category called Most Innovative Schools, and they say, what are the most innovative schools in the United States? Fill in the blank. And it's, and I usually go, other than us, I don't really know too many innovative schools. So the fact that we were 21, I think, is very significant. One of the rankings that came out this year that I am most proud of, and I think we should shout it from every rooftop, is that the Princeton Review, it's a serious ranking group, ranked us #1 in student satisfaction among all public universities in the United States. It's unbelievable. It makes sense, though, right, Jackson? I mean, if you go around and talk to the students, every student I meet says, oh, I'm graduating in 2 years, and I'm so sad. I wish I could stay here for another 4 years. And it's just, First Lady and I, we don't run into anyone that, among the undergraduates in particular, that have ever said anything negative about the university. One time someone said, oh, I'm not sure. Oh, why? And I said, oh, I'm an engineering major, and it's really hard. But the university is awesome, and I'm having an awesome time. It's just my curriculum is really hard. So it's very, very, very significant. But if you're a hardcore academician like I am, I mean, I've been in academics since 1990 as a professor, and been associated with universities for a very long time. And if you're a true academic person, what you really look at as a measure of the quality of the university improving, you really have to look at the graduate schools and the department rankings, because those rankings are 100% based on peer assessment, and those are very hard to change because everybody thinks in their mind, they say, oh, the law school at, this university, that's probably top 10. And you get something in your mind, and it takes 5 years or more to change all of that. And so I think the hallmark of the university getting better in climbing, this is again in my opinion, is really found in those graduate department and college rankings. So let me highlight a few of our graduate rankings. We've tracked our rankings over the last 3 years, essentially since I came to Florida State University. And I want to shout out some of these changes in our graduate rankings. So among all universities in the United States, in the last 3 years, engineering has gone up 3 places. Biology has gone up 32 places. Chemistry has gone up 9 places. Computer science has gone up 5 places. Earth science has gone up 16 places. Stats has gone up 14 places. Medicine and research has gone up 8 places. Education has gone up 14 places. Is actually now 14 in the nation and 6 among all public universities. It's an incredible ranking. And the winner is nursing, which has gone up 51 places. 51 places. And it's number 1 in the country in research expenditures. So way to go, Dean Wong. Is Dean Wong here? It's probably not. But a shout out to Dean Wong. We also saw English, history, sociology, economics, political science remain the same. So it didn't go up or down, which is good. And then when you have to look at business and law, you can't go over a 3-year period because they changed all the rankings a year ago. Business has gone up 15 last year, and law's gone up 8. So all of this couldn't be done without the deans at this university. So I would love it if the deans who are here could please stand up. And now I would ask the department chairs, if there are any department chairs here, to stand up. If there are any department chairs. And that very special phenotype, center directors. Do we have any center directors here? You're not a center director? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for all you do. You're on the front lines of hiring the great faculty, attracting, and hiring new assistant professors, cultivating them, making sure that they can be all they can be, reaching out and hiring senior faculty members, attracting those senior faculty members from other universities. And those are the people who really make the reputation of the university. They attract the graduate students and postdocs, build the reputation of the university. Those people leave, go out and get jobs, and spread the reputation of Florida State University. And in turn, the undergraduate ranking is essentially based on that, which attracts the undergraduates to this university. So thank you for what you do. It makes a big difference. It's a great job, and we are continuing to go up in every category. If you look, literally, I looked at, I don't know, James, 40, 50 different departments. He was mad at me because I did it myself. And there was maybe 2 or 3 departments where we went down maybe a place, but basically we've gone up in every single discipline, and so hats off. And those are the things that we had the rankings on for this year. So if I left you out, it's because you were not ranked this year. So student success. We've been killing it for years. Before I got here, you were killing it, and student success. This is the hallmark of what makes Florida State a great university, is that we do student success right, and we continue to get better every single day. We continue to invest in driving the comprehensive advising and student support programs that make up these incredible retention and graduation rates that I mentioned earlier. These efforts change the way that things that affect the outcomes of people's lives. They transform people's lives. And that is what Florida State is all about. These are not just statistics. These are not statistics. These are thousands and thousands of people's lives that are transformed through education. It's a testament of hard work and dedication of our faculty, staff, department chairs, administrators, deans across the whole university. We have story after story at Florida State University of people's lives that have been transformed by the mentorship that makes a difference. I urge you to, at the reception, to talk to Dean Littles. Get her to tell you her story. Transform through education. We not only transform the lives that are students that come here that need all the help that they can get, but we are also becoming a university that is entering into a different level. We are becoming an eminent and on the edge of becoming a preeminent university, especially among our undergraduates. We continue to attract the best students here to Florida State University. I'm always amused by, when I talk to some of the alums that went here a long time ago, and they say, "Oh yeah, Florida State. If breathing was not a learned exercise, I could get in." That's not the case anymore, because most of us in this audience couldn't get in. Maybe Jackson. I think Jackson could get in, but I could not have gotten in. Jay may have been able to get. Maybe Jim Clark. Stacy and I, no way. This is the way it is. These students in the 2028 class had an average GPA of 4.3. 75% were ranked in the top 10% of their class. That's up from 47%, which was the number when I came a few years ago. We get close to 80,000 applications every single year, the most in the state, which really irritates some of the universities in the state of Florida. No offense. For 6,000 slots. That's another record for us. This year we received 10,000 applications for our Honors and Presidential Scholars Program, more than double the previous year, an indicator of the growing prestige of that program. That's a record, right, Joe? Our investments in these premier programs have allowed us to bring some of the greatest minds here to Florida State University. This year, we welcomed the largest presidential scholars, 60 students, up from 48 last year. And 750 new students joined our honors program, up from 600 last year, a gain of 150 honors students. We expanded investments in our first generation program, our CARE program, the Center for Academic Retention and Enhancement. These programs help us to support first-generation students and Pell-eligible students. 1 in 4 of every student at Florida State University is first generation. So we're doing it all. We're doing it all. We're admitting some of the best students in the country, and we're not compromising the core of who we are, of having 25% of our students be first generation. I was first generation, so that's a core value for me, and so I'm a good match for Florida State University. We're never going to change that. That's important to who we are. CARE Summer Bridge Program had a record 389 students who participate in the 6-week program through the summer that helps them bridge to Florida State University. We supported in the CARE program 700 students through our new Quest Scholars Program and Illuminate program, a first generation and a Pell Algebra program. These programs help the students that come into our programs to succeed, to have the same graduation rates, whether you come from the most privileged environment or the most challenging environment. Our efforts this year were awarded by U.S. News and World Report. We were named top performer in social mobility, which evaluates how schools do to graduate disadvantaged students. As a first-generation person in my family to go to college, I know how difficult it is to get information when you're first generation. I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know what I grew up incredibly poor. I filled out the FAFSA thing, and I still didn't get any financial aid because I guess I didn't know how to fill out the FAFSA form. I probably didn't provide the information or whatever needed to be done. I wanted to go to a certain university, and I didn't really have the money to apply, to pay for the application fee, and I didn't know how to get past all that. It's just there's a different set of challenges that first-generation students have. Also, I went to community college, and so I was a community college transfer student. So I went to community college for 3 years. I found somebody the other day that went 6, so I guess I no longer hold the record for attendance at community college. And his brother went for 5, so at least a couple people ahead of me. But I understand the challenges of transfer students and the support that we need to give to these transfer students. So this year we supported the support for transfer students, and we strengthened our partnership with Tallahassee State College, and we signed an articulation agreement with Miami-Dade College, the second largest feeder school to our Tallahassee campus. This agreement strengthens the pipeline of transfer students and outlines very specifically course maps so that people know exactly what they need to take so they can get all their credits transferred and seamless transfer to Florida State University. This, along with strategic investments, has resulted in impressive graduation rates for our transfer students. The 3-year graduation rate for transfer students has increased from 74.4% last year to 78.3% this year, the highest among Florida public universities. Accessibility means affordability. We were rated number 1 best value public college in the state of Florida this year by Princeton Review and 16th among all public institutions in the United States. But that's not the goal. Those are goals that we have, and we're doing well on those. One of the goals that I'm really challenging our team about is student debt. We're in a very particular point in time where universities are being criticized for creating huge debt burdens for students. And we are just under immense fire for this. I remember myself, Dr. J and I, when we graduated, we were in tremendous debt from all the money that we had borrowed, and probably took us 5 or 6 years to be able to buy a house because of all that student debt. It was crippling. And I want us at Florida State to do everything that we can to keep the debt down for our students. More than 86% of our full-time undergraduates got non-loan financial aid last year as we continue to invest in our students. Only 32% of our students graduated with debt, about $14,500, way below and about half of the national average, which is about $30,000. But our goal is to drive these debt numbers down and be number 1 in the nation among R1 universities to be the lowest debt in the entire nation. And we're working on it. It's an investment we think is worth making, and we're on the case. 24%, another goal we have, 24% of our undergraduates are Hispanic, and we're working to achieve our goal of 25% Hispanic students. That may not sound like a huge goal. That 1% is huge because once we break over that threshold, we will officially be designated by the United States as a Hispanic serving institution. And that's a goal and a milestone that will be incredible for this university and is evidence nationally of our strong commitment to inclusivity and academic excellence. All of these achievements represent the tireless efforts of many people across campus, particularly Provost Jim Clark, Undergraduate Studies Dean Joe O'Shea, Vice President Amy Hecht, and their teams. We use data. We have great teams of people. We use all approaches from financial to innovative programs and wellness, engagement, academic success and advising, and hitting the phones, trying to make sure that whatever problem there is, that we try to solve it. And so I so appreciate all the staff's work and the leaders in this area. All of this work leads to us being number one in student satisfaction, as I already mentioned. We also ranked number one in first-year experiences among public universities by U.S. News & World Report. And Niche ranked us number one for Greek life. I have all the rankings for us as a party school, but I'm not going to go into that. But I did discover that party doesn't mean like party. It also means like, do you have good restaurants, and do you have, great athletics, and you go to the game, and it's just the environment. So party just means it's a fun place to be. So we do pretty well in those categories, by the way, I might mention. We continue to support, our Greek life, and it's really, so far, has gone very well, and hats off to Amy and her team for all the great work they do. This year, we launched the Center for Fraternity and Sorority Organizational Wellness to help support that community, and I think that's great. We also had a ribbon cutting, speaking of our sororities and fraternities, celebrating the Divine Nine, which is the 9 historically black fraternities and sororities who pioneered being here at this university. And we dedicated a park, the National Panhellenic Council Park near the Student Union. I urge you to go see it. It's really cool. And it was really quite a moving ceremony to be there. We're working hard to create a career services center that will be a modernization, the future career center. We just hired Rob Liddell as Assistant Vice President after a nationwide search, and has a lot of pressure. Where's Ron here? Let's make sure Ron, stand up. A lot of pressure on Ron to, Ron, thank you. Welcome to Florida State University. We're so excited you're here. Thank you for being here. Career centers at universities is something I've always felt that there was so much opportunity there. And I know that we've had the opportunity to speak long and often about that with Amy and Provost Clark. And I'm really excited about all the great things that you're bringing to the table. Thank you for being here. So, student success is not only found in our undergraduates, but also in our graduate programs. This year we had more than 17,000 applications to our graduate program. We awarded the highest number of master's and doctoral programs in the history of the university. We have the largest incoming cohort for our PhD, and we just enrolled a record number of doctoral students. These are all goals that we are strategically we're trying to grow our number of postdocs, grow our number of PhD students, all tied into becoming a stronger research university. In support of our graduate students, the Provost's Office has launched a quality enhancement plan which focuses on doctoral education, and we're investing over $10 million in 5 years to increase graduate student resources, shorten time to degree, and improve career placement. As I said, we've hired the most postdocs we ever have, and they continue to make a great impact on our university. We welcome more than 200 new faculty members for the second consecutive year, among the largest cohorts in our history. And I will keep working with Janet Kistner, Vice President Kistner, and Provost Clark, and our academic deans to support faculty excellence and bringing in more full-time, especially tenure-track faculty members. Since my last State of the University address, we've welcomed 2 National Academy members, Lanya Shu to the FSU College of Engineering, and Susan Hassmiller to the College of Nursing, as we continue to attract National Academy members from around the United States to come to our university. We expect to hire additional folks this year, and these appointments really underline the momentum that we have at this university. Faculty from all over this country, they see what's happening at Florida State. They see that we're making investments while other universities are retracting. They see that we're growing our programs, that we're investing in faculty, that we're providing the resources and launching new initiatives. They're seeing their enrollments and applications drop as ours continue to rise. They see stable leadership at the university, which in the past was a given. I mean, you at least had your provost for a couple years and a president for 4, but now it's almost a revolving door, universities, for presidents and provosts, as this is the hardest time to be a president in the history of the United States. But because of these issues and the great leadership that we have at this university, we're attracting faculty from top universities across the United States, both junior faculty and senior faculty. I was talking to Stacy today about this, and she was telling me, and I know many of these already, but we've attracted senior faculty from University of North Carolina, Columbia, Harvard, MIT, Princeton, Northwestern, University of Texas at Austin, Texas A&M, Georgia, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And all of them want to be at FSU. We're hearing from faculty members. We've even gotten calls from people. They cold call us, and they say, hey, I really like what I hear, what's going on at FSU. I want to be, can I think about moving to FSU? And it's like, this is not the way this happens, okay? And so I'm really excited by that. We have I'm going to talk about this later, but a quantum science and engineering initiative, and we were going through the new building, IRCB, I think. And it's beautiful. It's amazing building. And I was talking to some of the people leading the initiatives over there, and they were telling that we're getting, assistant professor candidates who are the very best assistant professor candidates in the entire country, and they're telling FSU, we want to be at Florida State University. You got this brand new building. It's awesome. You got all this equipment. You got the mag lab. I want to be there. And so it's just, again, I've been at universities before where you're not the number 1 or number 2 university in the United States, and you're fighting for the same top candidates, and it's hard to get them here. So I'm just very excited about that possibility. It feels like something is happening, and we're actually moving the needle in a significant way, and I'm very excited about that. Our faculty make the university, no doubt about it, and this year we're celebrating one of those. Physics professor Harrison Prosper. Is Harrison here today? Harrison, please stand. I know you don't want to stand, but... Professor Prosper was named Florida State's 2024-2025 Robert O. Lawton Distinguished Professor, the highest honor FSU faculty can bestow on one of their own. Among other things, Professor Prosser played a major role in understanding many aspects of fundamental nuclear physics. I was amazed at all the things that he had been involved in, but one of them that particularly stood out to me was he was instrumental and helpful in the discovery of the top quark. Not the medium quark, but the top quark. So that's, if you know anything about, I'm a chemist, so it's like neutrons and protons and electrons, and then there's the stuff that makes up all neutrons, protons, and electrons, and it's like quarks and other stuff like that that used to be like fantasy land, and the fact that there's these subatomic particles is just absolutely fascinating in every way. So congratulations to you, Dr. Prosper. We continue to see extraordinary momentum in our research, scholarship, and creative excellence. This year, we have soared to very close to $455 million. It's like 454, 999.90 or something. I think it will be officially 455 once we do all the calculations. It's significant. We have made great strides since $325 million to $455 on our way to our $500 million goal. This is a key benchmark that aligns with our aspirational goals at this university. Our faculty, again, amazing, have submitted over $1 billion in research proposals this year. That's a record for Florida State University. It is no easy feat writing a research proposal. These things are sometimes 30 pages long. You send it in, and they say, hey, you forgot your plan on graduate student education, so it's rejected. Apply next year. It's like, well, what do you mean? Well, you missed the deadline because you didn't include it. And so it's just, and then these things are just, they're excruciatingly difficult to write. And people, the fact that we've submitted over $1 billion is unbelievable. This achievement doesn't even include our $300 million proposal for our NSF grant renewal at the Mag Lab. So it's really, truly remarkable. Great news indeed. We're doing extremely well in research and research expenditures. But we have to continue to invest in our research enterprise because we have to catch up. We have not made the kinds of research investments in this university, from core facilities to support services to even things like sponsored research administration, personnel that help people with their NIH grants. Every little detail, we need to, equipment, huge amounts of equipment that we need to continue to invest in so our faculty can be as successful and as competitive as they can be. And you can depend on us in the central administration to do that. That was faculty or deans or both. He's clapping. But even at $455 million, if we get to $500 million, that's a great goal, and I believe we'll get there. And that will put us in the top 45 in total research expenditures in the United States, roughly, okay, which is good. But a key metric that we have to work on is federal research dollars per faculty member. This is an area of opportunity for us. And so in the next few years, we must continue to invest and hire tenure-track faculty members to help us to build capacity in research. We must do this. This is a key metric for us to be competitive with the kinds of universities that we want to be like and beat in research. We're doing stuff. We're just not sitting around. I'll give you a few examples. We're investing $100 million in quantum science and engineering. We said $20 million that we're investing from the central administration, but when you start adding up all the investments in equipment and everything that the colleges, Sam, Dean Huckabee, Dean Day, for example, are investing in quantum science and engineering, their collaboration, things we're investing at the Mag Lab in quantum science and engineering, it adds up to over $100 million. That's significant. That is significant. This will allow us to build our strengths in a critical area that's important for national security and technological competitiveness in this United States. And as I mentioned, our interdisciplinary research and commercialization building, a 116,000 square foot facility, will house the Quantum Science and Engineering Initiative, among other things. It's a showcase space that will allow our faculty to revolutionize material science and engineering. This kind of momentum in space makes a difference. As I was saying, we're attracting some of the best junior faculty candidates in the country. FSU Health. It's an ambitious endeavor that we launched in 2022, and we're moving forward in exciting ways. In September, we broke ground on a new academic health center that we got $125 million from the state that will help us in research and clinical research at this university. In collaboration with Tallahassee Memorial Hospital, we expect that this center will open in 2026, will advance medical education, clinical research, and help us to improve even more health care in this region. We're also leasing space in a new medical office building in Panama City Beach at the medical campus there. College of Medicine, College of Nursing are collaborating to do clinical operations, boots on the ground, as we continue to invest in that beachhead at Panama City Beach. We're also currently working on developing a new 100-bed hospital in Panama City Beach and a medical campus with TMH as the operating partner. Our role in leading our community and state is vital to our mission, and FSU will make the state and the world a better place. And this is one example where we will have a tremendous impact in the state of Florida. We continue to imagine the possibilities. We continue to work on the limitless opportunities that we have in health-focused research. We continue to create more opportunities as we continue to invest in this particular area. This is a massive undertaking. It will transform the university. If you look at how we have doubled NIH funding over the last year, doubled our NIH funding. But if you look at our NIH funding and how much we actually bring in, it's incredibly small versus what we could be doing. And that, along with engineering, we have so many opportunities to grow our research portfolio really, really rapidly. And this is one of the reasons that we're making this huge investment. We need help. We need help, though. This is a huge opportunity, but we need senior leadership to come in and help us. So we've launched a national search for a senior level position to lead the FSU Health Initiative and Enterprise. So we look forward to welcoming that person to our campus, hopefully very soon. We've also established the Institute for Pediatric Rare Diseases last year with $6 million of support from the Florida legislature. It's the first of its kind in Florida. It's advancing research, education, clinical care, and advocacy for children affected with rare diseases. We're grateful to Adam Anderson, the representative, Florida legislature, Governor Ron DeSantis for their vision and commitment for this initiative. This is a critical field that has made a tremendous difference in the College of Medicine already. We have gotten inquiries from all over the United States looking to us as an emerging leader in this field. It's been remarkable what hope and money can do to drive an initiative. We're so proud of the leadership that we have in this area. The College of Nursing has created the Nursing and Artificial Intelligence Innovation Consortium, the first program of its kind, and will offer its first Masters in Nursing and Artificial Intelligence in Healthcare this coming spring. This is a big step in helping nurses to prepare for the future. We've also launched our very ambitious aerospace and advanced manufacturing initiative called the Institute for Strategic Partnerships, Innovation, Research, and Education, or INSPIRE. VP Patterson as an acronym for everything. Thank you for your talents in that area. We have made a lot of progress. We've hired several key people. We've engaged the community. We have 2 senior project and research engineers to help us to get that program off the ground. $98.4 million from Triumph Gulf Coast to launch the Aerospace and Advanced Manufacturing Initiative based in Panama City. And I appreciate all the great leadership that all of you have provided and all the hard work that's gone into that project. Thank you. This project is just getting started, though. We're expected to bring in $400 million into this project, which will transform Northwest Florida's economy in aerospace and advanced manufacturing. We've already had an early win. The Inspire team was invited to submit a $160 million National Science Foundation proposal to support Florida's advanced manufacturing engine, or FLAME. So, Stacy Fruch, thank you for all your leadership in that. Hopefully we'll win that thing, and that will help us with the matching for the Triumph Gulf Coast thing. We are doing so much in that area, and it's really exciting, and we're looking forward to everything that we're doing. In the area of innovation, technology transfer, and entrepreneurship, we've been busy building an innovation ecosystem for our community. We continue to build out and expand the Moran School of Entrepreneurship and are really supportive of its dedication to launching new ventures and stewarding companies. Partnerships between VP Patterson, AVP McDevitt, and Dean Fiorito, among others, have built on our old and are building new successes. I remind you that every year our students launch 100 companies, and our goal is to turn these companies into jobs in this region and impactful companies. And so we're building that innovation ecosystem and mentoring system so that we can hope for and build successful companies. This year we launched also Ignite Tallahassee, another transformative initiative bringing our community closer together by connecting high-tech startups and resources, mentorship, and funding. Located in Innovation Park, this facility offers wet lab incubation space for technology companies that will connect to FSU researchers and facilities to grow companies in Tallahassee and attract startups and companies to the region, spinning out companies from FSU, but also spinning in companies outside of the Florida region to come to us and incubate in our space. This is not a real estate play. Real estate plays don't work in the area of entrepreneurship and innovation. This is a tech-based economic development cluster for the region and a cornerstone to a 4-year plan that will foster innovation and build support for growing entrepreneurial ecosystem here at the university. To help seed this initiative, VP Patterson won a $6 million grant from the NSF to expand our Ignite FSU program. This money will help us to move discoveries out of the lab and turn research into real-world solutions. And I say VP Patterson because I remember when she said, I'm going home this weekend and I'm going to write this grant myself. And she did, and she won it. So, well done. I challenge and encourage all faculty members, postdocs, and others to think about how you can contribute to the innovation ecosystem that we're building here at the university, to FSU Health, to our Aerospace Advanced Manufacturing Initiative, and other initiatives that we continue to build, such as quantum science and engineering. We need your help. We need your ideas. We need you to challenge us. We can't come up with all the ideas. Most of the ideas I have are not very good. Well, I have a couple that are pretty good. The Center for Indigenous Studies and a new Department of Material Science Engineering. I'm taking credit for those two. That's the only two I'm taking credit for. But We need your help, and we need your ideas. We have the funding to help you. We want to make the university better, and we depend on you to do that. We depend on the great things that happen here at the university, and we build off of the strengths that we have. One of the strengths is our National Magnetic Field Lab. It's the only national lab in Florida. It's a collaboration, Los Alamos, University of Florida. It's a really strong collaboration, and it's actually a really productive one. And it's one that's really a crown jewel of our research enterprise. This year we named Kathleen M. as the new director for the Mag Lab. Is Kathleen here? And she is set off on a new era for the lab in scientific discovery and advancing our ambitious research mission. We're very excited about that. We're also working hard on FSU Arts. We secured funding to start planning on a new arts district, and that has begun. We've got some challenges to work on all the money it's going to take to build that arts district. I don't know if you know, I've asked First Lady Jay Vardakar to be an advocate for the arts. That was probably a big mistake on my part, because she is a very good advocate for the arts, and that number keeps going up. Every morning we have coffee. It just keeps going up. So, but we're dedicated to do this. We're a left brain, right brain university. Our arts are fantastic, and we're very proud of all the things that are happening in the arts. I'll give you some examples. Our College of Motion Picture Arts remains among the top film schools in the nation. And, we have great curriculum, great faculty. But one of the things that's really interesting, if you haven't been over there, is Reb here? Reb, stand up. Thank you for all your excellent work. One of the things that's really cool that when I went to visit, and many people have visited, they have all the equipment to make your own films over there. That's a very unique setup, as I was told. That, to have that equipment, this is industrial level, like the kind of equipment you would use if you're really making a film. And these people are making world-class films over there, and that's the reason we continue to turn out great graduates after graduates, and are highly ranked among all the film schools in the nation. We consistently rank among the top film schools in the nation. I'm particularly excited about the excellent work of Dean Braddock, First Lady Vardakar, Provost Clark, Senior Vice President Clark, and purchasing the theater at Governor's Square so the film school can have a great venue for screening films. Congratulations. Our music school, it's awesome. I think you all know that. They continue to do a great job. We have a particular award this year. I wanted to point out Scotty Barnhart as an associate professor of jazz trumpet. College of Music won his third Grammy for Best Large Jazz Ensemble Album. Okay. Four of our alums won Grammy Awards, and our top 25 College of Music great faculty continue to shine and attract. One of the most important things is attracting significant interest among major donors. And so we're really excited about that. And, I recently learned, I think I knew this, but I just kind of forgot until probably about a year ago, that we have almost a top 5 best music therapy program in the country. I think everybody already knew that, but I forgot. I didn't realize it was like top 5. That's like amazing. And so congratulations to that, to those who have been involved in that program. Strong arts program, we have one of the best musical theater programs in the country, number 7. Top dance program, number 4. I don't think we have anything in the university ranked number 4. Anything. You might be the top program in the whole university, so congratulations. course, our dean is a dance faculty as well as our famous Joala Zozeller. So anyway, thank you so much for all the great things that you guys do over there. Also want to point out that a special shout out to David Kirby. I don't know if David Kirby is here. David, stand up, please. Thank you. David's been part of the Festival of Creative Arts. He's a Robert O. Lawton Distinguished Professor of English, and this last year produced a remarkable collaboration. He wrote a poem as a chemist, which I particularly liked, called Happy Chemicals, which he came and spoke with me about, and apparently, there's an underline in quotes in my talk here, apparently I had some inspiration over that. I don't think I had any influence whatsoever. And that became a foundation for a new musical work composed by Assistant Professor Lilia Ugai. So thank you for that, David. That was a lot of fun. The University Symphony Orchestra and FSU choirs brought the piece to life at the Sing with the Symphony event, and the performance delighted the audience and was a showcase of our artistic excellence at the university. In humanities, I've been, the provost and I, as well as the dean, have spent a lot of time working with our humanities faculty, and we've listened, With strong support from Provost Clark, Dean Huckabee, Dr. Fartakar, I have asked that we explore creating a new humanities center, and we have started that process. Okay, here's the warning. A goal will be to reach agreement and collaboration among the faculty. And then we will highlight, this is the great part, highlight the outstanding work of our humanities area faculty and students and draw the external attention of our excellence in this area, and then work on private support. So the organization of this will help us. I've been involved and was in charge of, at multiple universities, foundation support. And there's a decent amount of foundation support in the humanities if you're organized. And you can speak with sort of one voice, and or 2-3 voices, and so there's a big opportunity here for us to move forward with this. So Provost Clark and Dean Huckabee, faculty members in humanities, please, I urge you to Godspeed to get that done. So thank you. We also continue to deepen our relationship with the Seminole Tribe of Florida. During the homecoming, we dedicated the home to the new Native American Indigenous Studies Center, which will serve as a hub for education, research, and collaboration. And this center will create a space that will celebrate the rich heritage of indigenous peoples, both in Florida and across the country. I was most amazed that this went from an idea to something that we've been able to accomplish at the university, and the incredibly impressed with the Provost Clark's ability to get the space for the Indigenous Studies Center. So great job, Provost Clark. The space it's in is one that was claimed by probably 15 different units, and Provost Clark prevailed in gladiator style. So congratulations to you, Provost Clark. Our professional schools and specialty schools are doing very well. I mentioned FSU Health as a support structure for nursing and medicine. Our education and law and social work colleges continue to rise. Criminology continues to be one of the best in the nation. But I want to spend a minute focusing on business. When I came here, we were in dire need for a building in the College of Business, and I immediately started working with Senior Vice President Clark and Dean Hartline to see what it would take to build a new Legacy Hall. Partnering with Dean Hartline, Chair Collins, we worked together to raise over $20 million to launch the building of the new building across from the Tucker Center. You can see a beautiful new College of Business building, almost completed, a showcase building that will be ready to be opened in 2025. This will help to accelerate our reputation in business and help us as we continue to attract attention. These kind of buildings and this kind of vision matter. We have no less than 3 donors that want to name the business school, and we're working with them to see what we can do with them. A shout out to our highly ranked risk management program and real estate program, and our extraordinary alums and business school donors that literally lead the university in philanthropy. Speaking of philanthropy, third highest total in fundraising. Marla, with your under your leadership, raising $94 million at the foundation, and the second best fundraising year if we add in the Research Foundation, Alumni Association, Ringley Museum, and Boosters. So great job by all of those groups. Our endowment went over $1 billion, a new hallmark for us, and we have launched the leadership phase of our campaign, our new comprehensive campaign, over the next 8 years. And so you'll be hearing more about that. We continue, Marla and her team continue to hire fantastic people. We will be hiring our first ever Associate Vice President for Advancement for Principal Gifts. That's a critical hire that will work directly with me and others on our top donors. We expect to announce that very shortly. We celebrated just not very long ago, a couple weeks or so ago, the naming of the College of Education, Health, and Human Sciences for FSU alumna Ann Spencer Daves. That was a landmark gift. The largest ever for an education-related college, and will help it to support our mission. We're so grateful for Ann and her family's generosity, and we're looking forward to the vision and momentum that will take us to the next level. Florida State, as I said, leads and will continue to lead in community service. We make a big difference in Tallahassee and the state of Florida and the Panhandle. We inject over $15.5 billion into the local economy. $15.5 billion into the local economy. Yes, that's $15.5 billion. We provide jobs for 8,000 people in the region. We're striving to enhance health care in Tallahassee and the Panhandle. We do not do this alone, though. We do not do this alone. We do it in partnership with the state and its leaders, governor, the legislature, local leaders, Mayor Daley, the commissioners, and we expect to work positively with all of those groups to make a lasting impact. Our students have made a huge difference. Last year, they logged 236,000 hours of service, valued at over $7.5 million. More than 4,250 students volunteered their time to help out with Tallahassee's nonprofit organizations. Our international reputation continues to grow as we have one of the best international programs in the entire country. I remind you, we have campuses in London, Florence, Valencia, Panama City, Panama. Over 600 students, for example, go through the Florence program every year, transforming many hundreds of lives through this global experience. When we visited there, the word we heard more often than anything was transformational experience. These centers make a huge difference. We're also doing it here at the Mothership. This year, we have over 600 students from 74 nations that help to enrich our campus by fostering cultural exchanges and bringing diverse perspectives to our campus. In addition, we're expanding our international collaborations through FSU's connections as we attended the Aer Lingus Classic this year in Dublin, and established new relationship with government, business, and educational leaders. Last month, I was invited to join Governor DeSantis on a trade mission to Italy. The trip includes several heads of state agencies, 85 members of the Florida industries and university leaders, and that also provided connections to those in Italy for new and important collaborations. We continue to have good success in funding from Our state, governor and legislative branch, our success is a testament to the reputation that we continue to build at the Capitol. I think FSU is seen as a wise investment for state dollars, and legislatures and the governor know that we bring a very good return on investment to the state and to Florida taxpayers. In 2024, Florida State University received its largest state appropriations ever, including funding for capital projects, operational support, faculty recruitment, salaries and retention, pediatric rare diseases, money for the renovation of the Dittmer Building, the FAMU FSU College of Engineering, the Veterans Legacy Complex, to name a few. We also received $2 million for plan for a new building for the College of Nursing, which will help with the critical nursing shortage and help us to build research in nursing. The last 2 years, FSU has built a powerful presence in Washington, D.C. We have submitted many projects and have been strongly supported by our Florida delegation. That's something I've never seen in any other state. It's really unbelievable. We expect to receive significant funding in the coming year. This is a big deal because you go back a couple of years, we had literally zero ask from the federal government. So our government relations teams, led by Clay Ingram, doing a great job and are really working hard, getting ready for the new 2025 legislative session that begins in March as we continue to think about what we'll do for asking for student success, academic endeavors, and research. We're also very proud to be national leaders in campus civil discourse and diversity of thought, as evidenced by our number 3 ranking for fostering free speech by FIRE, Foundation for Individual Rights and Expression, and College Pulse. It's a big deal, too. In athletics, we continue to get better every day. In athletics, we continue to build on the success and gain momentum year after year. Yep, we had a tough season in football, but I'm confident that we are prepared and we are preparing for a good season for next year. Nobody works harder, and nobody wants to win. And nobody wants to win the right way than Coach Norvell. And so we appreciate everything that he does. We have great people coming to join us in our endeavor for next year, including many that will sign up today. Today is signing day, in case you don't know. A couple guys here and I know very well it's signing day. It's been a good day so far. It's been a really good day. And we're optimistic that it will get even better as time goes on. So it's good. We have the number 1 top amateur golfers, Luke Clayton and Lottie Wood. So we have number 1 female, number 1 male amateur golfers. Never happened in the history of any university, and it's really amazing to have that at the same time. So testament to our great coaches, and I mean we have one of the best golf courses in the state for sure. Our soccer team won the 5th straight ACC championship. Beach volleyball. Beach volleyball and men's tennis teams also won their conference championships. The baseball team returned to the College World Series for the first time since 2019, and we're looking forward to another great season going forward. In the annual Directors' Cup, which measures overall strength of athletic programs, we were number 12 in the nation. It's the highest placing in 5 years. Not only did our teams have a tremendous year competitively, but they posted 2 of the best academic semesters in school history. Now I come to women's lacrosse. I bet you didn't know that we have women's lacrosse. We have added D1 women's lacrosse this year for the first time. The new program will allow us to compete on the national stage. Okay, I went to Johns Hopkins, so I know a little bit about lacrosse. And ACC's got very, very tough, very, very competitive lacrosse teams. Women, men's, doesn't really matter. But the power of Florida State University is absolutely remarkable. We went out, A.D. Alford hired an awesome coach. We hired an awesome coach. And she signed 14 athletes, 5 high school All-Americans, including a 5-star goalie, and 5 of those athletes come from state championship programs. That's amazing. Shout out to A.D. Alford for his leadership. Thank you, A.D. Alford. And I appreciate your partnership with leaders like our faculty athletic representative, Mike Brady. Mike is there. Could you stand? CEO, Seminole Booster, Stephen Ponder. Stephen. And on the academic side, partnership with Dean Joe O'Shea. I appreciate all the work. A.D. Alford always talks very highly about all the great things that you all do together. All right, I'm basically done. So it's, you know, all of this really is about you. All the great things that you all have done. It's the collaboration, hard work, shared vision that we have. Creates a community that makes sure that our students are successful, that we work together to accomplish all we can in research. The road is full of potential, and we're going to keep the momentum going. We're going to continue to work on everything that we do every day to get better. Every single thing doesn't go without us thinking about it. Student success, advising, expanding programs, debt, increasing the number of graduate students and postdocs, building research funding at the university, building on artistic scholarship endeavors, entrepreneurial excellence, continue to raise money for the university, to build relationships, make an impact on the community, support the tradition of athletics to make sure that we're the best that we can be on and off the field. This has been a good year. It's been a good 3 years. And our momentum, I think, is unstoppable, and the best is yet to come. Impact is being felt, and people are starting to notice. And I appreciate all you do. It's a lot of work, and it takes a lot of effort. And I appreciate the hope that all of you bring, because it takes that hope to get up every day, to believe that we can be even better. So thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to my very long speech. And most importantly, go Noles.